Think dancing in your kitchen, doodling in your journal, building puzzles, or playing board games with friends. And also, as adults, we tend to associate play with immaturity or wasting time. But research from the National Institute for Play, which is a real thing, founded by Dr. Stuart Brown, shows that play is critical for healthy development at every stage of life. So not just when you're a child, every stage of life. Hi community, welcome back to Acupfulll. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you are doing good and taking care of yourself. It is so cold today. Yeah, it's about that time. It's getting colder and I'm unimpressed. You're gonna be back to hearing how much I dislike this cold, because one thing I will do is express my dislike for the cold. Seasons change, I've accepted it, and I was about to say I'm fine with it. No, I'm not fine with it. If I could, I would live in not summer necessarily the whole year, but it wouldn't be as cold as it is right now. And as I know it is still going to get, because we're not even in winter. So I would want to live in warm conditions with some rain occasionally and then summer for the rest of the time. But anyways, that's not the case, so I'm just gonna have to live with it. I am going to live with it. That's something that I just will have to do. Otherwise, apart from my unhappiness about the current weather conditions, I'm doing great. I'm very happy to announce that I am doing good. God is good, and I'm just so grateful for his grace and his mercy. All praises, glory, and honor go to him. It's been a good week so far, and I'm so grateful for that. It's been quite productive, quite busy, but these are the times that I have prayed for, so I am definitely grateful for it, wholeheartedly. So beautiful to be living in an answered prayer. And also, what I want to say is I've just been having continuously an opportunity to see God and to hear him speaking to me. I remember I did a devotional on hearing God, like listening to him and then hearing him. And I'm going to say I am really seeing the fruits of doing that, sitting with him, and I'm hearing him, and I'm just really listening, not for myself, not for what I want to hear, but for what he is trying to communicate with me. So that has been so beautiful. Do I have a gem of the week? Do I have a lesson of the week? I don't know if I do. I don't think that I do. Sometimes it's not or it's not always going to be that big things happen or something happens. I'm just going to say that I've just been seeing God in my life more and more every single day, and that has just been, it's been beautiful. So that's going to be my gem of the week. No lesson, but that's my gem. And moving on to today's episode, we are going to be talking about something that a lot of us often overlook as adults, but that we need now more than ever. Play. Not productivity, not performance, just pure, joyful, soul-filling play. I discovered in the last year, I think, adult play and the importance of it, the concept of adult play and the importance of it. So as we get older, we slowly but surely lose that childlike desire to play, to have a good time. And I'm not talking about going out to the club. I'm not talking about doing brunch with the girls and bottomless mimosas. I am not talking about what can I possibly think of. I don't know, things that are categorized as adult play, but that aren't actually play. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about all of those things. I'm talking about the things that you would do carefree as a little child. So that's what we already need to get into more. Okay? I'm getting into it. It's making me so happy. It is fulfilling me so much. I'm enjoying it so much. And I thought that it's an important conversation to have, to bring up here amongst ourselves, and for you to go and sit and ponder on it and to just think about, okay, how am I playing more, or how am I playing less, or how am I not playing at all, and how can I do more of it, and what significance does it have? Okay, so let's talk about why play matters, how it's good for our brains and our relationships, how to figure out your own play style, and how to make it a regular part of adult life. So first, what is play? Play is an activity done for its own sake. No outcomes, no pressure, just fun. Think dancing in your kitchen, doodling in your journal, building puzzles, or playing board games with friends. And also, as adults, we tend to associate play with immaturity or wasting time. But research from the National Institute for Play, which is a real thing, founded by Dr. Stuart Brown, shows that play is critical for healthy development at every stage of life. So not just when you're a child, every stage of life. Dr. Brown's research found that play deprivation in adults is linked to increased stress, poor adaptability, and even burnout. So when we stop playing, we don't just get boring, we get unwell. And we don't want to be unwell. So if you're not someone that plays, if you haven't been playing, if you haven't found the thing that works for you, start looking. It's crucial. It's important. It is important for your well-being. Okay, so now let's talk about what play does for us as adults. The first thing it does is it boosts mental health. Play helps us disconnect from stress, and I can absolutely 100% attest to this. A 2013 study published in the American Journal of Play found that play activates the brain's reward centers and lowers cortisol levels, your body's primary stress hormone. So, not only is it important for different points in your life of your growth, it is something that helps lower cortisol levels. And as adults, we need that. Okay, the world is stressful, life is stressful, there are constant pressures everywhere you look. It's bills to be paid, it's thinking about taking out a bond in the future, car financing, medical aid, life policies, retirement annuities. Start thinking about whether you want kids or not, how many you're gonna have, how many you can afford. If you are not even in a relationship yet, then you have to start putting yourself out. There's just so much going on here by adulthood. There is so much going on here by adulthood. I saw a video where this lady was saying, she was asking, where is the fun that I was promised as an adult? Because the deal that I'm signed under, this package that I am under, there is no fun. There is no good time. It's just one thing after the other, one responsibility after the other. So we need to de-stress because we are often stressed or under pressure, or there's always something happening. Second thing is it enhances creativity and problem solving. The New York Times article, Why It's Good for Grown-Ups to Go Play, explains how playful adults are better at divergent thinking, so coming up with creative ideas and solutions. And I will link that article in the show notes. It is so good. Please go give it a read. I really enjoyed it. But the thing that is really important to note here is that we need to give ourselves an opportunity to play around so that we can also have an opportunity to dig around in our minds creatively. And it also then adds to your ability, or it improves your ability to problem solve. Number 3 is it improves relationships. Couples who play together, friends who play together, think silly games, inside jokes, or shared hobbies report higher relationship satisfaction. Group play builds trust and increases feelings of belonging. And you know what? It doesn't have to be something big. It can just be a board game. You guys could be building a puzzle. It could be a painting, painting evening where you get watercolor paints or even oil paints, whatever, and just paint away. It's something that can be done in 2s or 3s, in bigger groups, but it is a way to deepen the connection within your relationships, whether platonic or romantic. The fourth thing it does is it supports brain health. So engaging in play increases neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change. A 2009 study from the University of Lethbridge showed that rats that engaged in more play had better cognitive development. And while we are not rats, definitely not, similar effects are observed in humans through activities like improvisation, storytelling, or creative arts. Number 5 is that it reduces burnout. Again, I can attest to this. According to Psych Central, play provides a break from routines and fosters a sense of purpose and joy, both of which are protective factors against burnout and depression. And what I really like about playing is it is the one place in adulthood where there isn't a deadline, where there isn't a need to show up perfectly. You could show up in an oversized t-shirt, oversized pants, and get paint all over those clothes when you are in that space. But you can't do that when you go to work, because that is a more professional setting. I mean, with kids, they go to preschool wearing their home clothes, and when they come back from preschool and they've gotten tomato sauce or paint or whatever on it, even when they get that stuff on them when it's happening when they're at preschool during school hours, it's not a big issue. It's like not a big deal. And that's how carefree they are. And so going into these spaces gives you an opportunity to be so carefree. The things we don't necessarily have access to on the daily as adults. You need to show up a certain way. You need to behave a certain way. You need to meet this deadline. You need to pay this bill. You need to reach this milestone. But when you are in a space of play and giving yourself an opportunity to do that, there's the freedom. There is the joy. There is just a break from the routine. Now, what I didn't know is that there are different kinds of play personalities. And now I do, and I want to share them with you. So the same man who founded the Play Institute, Dr. Stuart Brown, identified 8 personalities. And knowing yours can help you find activities that really, really light you up. Also, there is a big possibility that you are somebody who has different elements of the different personalities, and you fall under various ones. I definitely identified that I fall under various ones. I'm a mix of a few of them. So sometimes you'll just be one and sometimes you'll be many. So the first one is the joker. You love silliness and humor. I'm a bit of that. I love me a good laugh, a good belly laugh. And then you have the kinesthete. I don't know if I said this right, but this person enjoys movement, dance, sports, yoga. The explorer loves discovery, learning, or traveling. That's me too. The competitor thrives on games and contests, thinks games nights. That's the competitor. Then you have the director who likes planning and orchestrating experiences. I've got a little bit of the director in me, but on the most part I don't really like to be the director. I do have a little bit of it in me. I have identified that I do. Then you have the collector, someone who finds joy in gathering things or experiences. I think I've got a teensy-weensy bit of the collector in me. The artist or the creator who expresses through arts, crafts, or making. The storyteller loves narrative performance or role play. I'm definitely the artist, but I could also be the storyteller. Yeah, I am definitely the storyteller. So you need to find out which one are you of those. And you can then also go on to do your own research. So I'm just giving you the names and very brief descriptions, but I want to encourage you to ask yourself, just as an opportunity to reflect, what did you love doing as a child? And what activities make you lose track of time now? If you can give yourself a chance to just sit down and think, okay, what is it? What is it that you really used to make me happy as a little child? It could have been coloring or building puzzles or building Legos or painting or going on those little rides. If you're someone whose parents took them to carnival shows, then maybe that's something that you really enjoyed doing. So very important to just sit down and ask ourselves these questions, because then it can also give us an opportunity to see what it is we really want to do, what it is we enjoy doing, what it is that really, really lights us up and gives us an opportunity to experience that childlike joy. The reality also, I say all of this, but I also know that being an adult comes with not having a lot of time on your hands, especially if you work a 9 to 5 or if you're an entrepreneur and then you have other things in your life. You need to maintain your relationships. You need to show up for yourself. You need to make sure that you are taking care of various other things in your life. I know that sometimes there isn't much time, but what is important is that you make the time, right? So you need to find a way to incorporate play into your adult life. If you are busy during the week, or if you are up early and you're back home late, obviously you won't have the time to play. You won't have that luxury. However, there is an opportunity for you to fit it in somewhere over the weekend, right? So the first thing that you can do is to schedule it in. Block out time for a creative hobby, a dance class, or a playful walk with a friend. You need to schedule it in. It needs to go into your diary. Secondly, you need to make chores more playful. Play music while cleaning. Turn grocery shopping into a mini adventure, or gamify your to-do list. So when I say gamify your to-do list, you can turn it into a literal game. You can draw a map that takes you from your house to the shopping center. And then when you get to the shopping center, you can say to yourself, you're going to time yourself, you're going to spend 12 minutes in this section, 12 minutes in that section. And if you end up reaching a goal of only being in that shop for 35 minutes, you buy yourself a chocolate. You win a prize. Something of that nature. Something that gives you an opportunity to be in that childlike place. The third thing is to reconnect with old joys. So did you used to love sketching? Did you play netball? Did you garden? Did you run or paint or draw? Go back and do those things. Revisit those things. See if there's still a bit of that fire in you. See if that's something that you would really enjoy doing. I'm coloring. I'm coloring. That's something that I really used to enjoy doing, and I'm finding it to be so relaxing. I got a coloring book, cookies, coloring pencils, and crayons. I've even got a pencil case. I'm not playing. And that is something that I've been finding to bring me so much joy, and just I feel so relaxed when I do it, and I really have fun with it. And there are other things that I want to try out, other things that I want to reconnect with, and then the more newer things. But it has just opened a door to be courageous and to desire, to be excited, to play and to have a good time outside of the adult idea of having fun, of going out and trying a new restaurant and going to a market. These are all fun and enjoyable things that I love doing as an adult, but it's not the kind of play that will make me feel as joyful as I do when I'm coloring in a coloring book, for example. I will feel joy when I'm out at a market, but it's not going to be the same. And that's fine. You can enjoy two things. They can both be fun and enjoyable, but at different levels. And I'm learning that now. The fourth thing is to start something new. So try improv. You can do adult coloring books, hiking, or group games like charades or karaoke. I'm so excited to do karaoke. I've never done karaoke before. I enjoy charades a lot. Charades are so much fun. And it just makes me feel like a kid. I don't know what it is about charades, but it's fun, carefree, loud. I always lose my voice when I'm playing charades. The fifth one and the last one is you need to learn to be playful with people. Flirt, laugh, be silly. If flirting is not your thing, then just laugh and be silly, okay? I'm someone that loves to laugh. I'm someone that loves to be silly. And I think the more I lean into adult play, the more I want to be silly and I want to laugh. And I'm very grateful that I have people around me that are the same, that have a very light-hearted approach towards life. So, yeah, play isn't just a solo act. It also thrives in connection. You need to remember that. And also, another thing I want to say is don't wait for free time. I know I mentioned if you don't have time during the week and you're waking up early, coming back home late, wait for the weekends. squeeze in a little bit of play, even if it's a little dancey dance to one song before bed. If you can, do it. As the New York Times article points out, adults who prioritize play don't necessarily have more time, they just give themselves permission to use it differently. That is so true. I have also just had such a big shift in perspective, and I've realized that we shouldn't be treating play like a treat or a reward. You need to treat it like something that you need, because it is something that you need. Think of play as a daily vitamin for your emotional well-being. It fills you up, it grounds you, and it reminds you of what it feels like to be free. This is not about being irresponsible, it's about being in balance. Okay? That's really what this is about. It's having that balance, it's finding that balance, and having that balance and keeping that balance. So, just remember that play is not just for kids. It rewires your brain, restores your joy, and reconnects you to life. Everyone has a unique play personality. You don't need a lot of time or money to start. Just permission from yourself. So I want to challenge you for this week. Do one playful thing just for fun. No outcome, no audience, just joy. Then definitely share it with me on Instagram or on TikTok. Please tag acupfulll. Please, please, please do. You can even, if you don't want to tag in the comments, if you don't want to tag, what you can do is send me a post. Just send me a post of you doing something fun. If you don't want to tag the page, send me a post of you doing something fun. But if you are feeling like, okay, I want to do this, tag me. I definitely want to see what kind of playful things you are doing and what kind of things are making you happy and bringing joy to your heart. Okay? And please remember that rest is sacred, but so is joy. Thank you so much for listening. This is definitely where we are ending this week's episode. I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget that Acupfulll is on all listening platforms. You could just search it, let a friend know, to let that friend know that they should let their friend know, and let their sister and brother and everyone else know that they can find Acupfulll on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And every handle is in the show notes. But Acupfulll is back on Instagram, so you can always just go ahead and follow the page, because I am looking to do more interactive posts. Do interactive posts and just have conversations with you in the comments, in the DMs. Also on TikTok, same. Again, all of that is in the show notes. I also mentioned that I will be linking the New York Times article. I will definitely do that. And don't forget to share the episode and share the podcast in general. Please also, if you enjoy this podcast, give it a 5-star rating. It helps with reaching other people. And we know we want other people to be a part of this community, to be a part of this growth, this healing, this joy that we continue to experience together. Have a lovely remainder of this week. Rest when you need to, work when you need to. Be kind to yourself and others. That is very, very important. Have fun, play, okay? Give yourself an opportunity to play and experience that childlike joy. And most importantly, keep doing the things that fill your cup.